Hello, I'm Claire. Welcome to my channel, Clarobobbins. So I thought I'd give you a quick update on my So Frugal 2025 make and reveal. Now you might remember I was going to make 2 garments. I've only made 1 garment. I'll explain why, and I'll take you through some of the things I really like about my new garment and some of the things I'm less keen on. So first of all, a quick thanks to Ruan at the Yorkshire Sew Girl and Sam at Frugalissima for hosting this challenge. It's been great fun, and I think you learn something whenever you do a project like that. So good to learn something from it. I'll show you my make. I did think when I tried it on last night before it was finished that it was a bit pyjama-y. Don't know if it's the colour or the contrasting band, but I've worn it today and taken some photos outside, and I'm a bit happier with it. Yeah. First of all, the fabric was lovely to use. It was art gallery fabric, a cotton spandex, and I used a little specky seamstress label. The Closet Core patterns, their core tee is a free pattern, and it has a really clever binding across right across from the shoulder, across the back of the neck, across to the other shoulder. And I tried that and I really like it. Now whenever I make a t-shirt, whenever I make any garment in a stretch fabric like this, I always do reinforcing on the shoulder seam with clear elastic. I'll pop a photograph up of which elastic I use, and I tend to use the narrow one for shoulders and things, just for stabilising, and then the wider one for things like yoga waistbands on tracksuit bottoms, that kind of thing. And I couldn't find, because I'm not in my sewing room and I'm a bit cluttered here, I couldn't find my thinner one, so I used the wider one, and then with the binding over the top, I think it's left it a little bit too heavy on that seam. But you know, it's just one of those things. I really like the finish on the front and the back. I like the finish. I just top stitched it around the neck afterwards. I would normally cover stitch, but I decided that might be a little bit tricky, so I just used some Mariflex thread and just top stitched it over the overlocking just to keep it lying flat. Used a lovely specky seamstress label from my label collective, so lovely bright label there, and it's a really nice little boxy tee. But I wanted to compare this pattern, the pattern of the dress I was going to make and didn't make, and what I like and don't like about them. I've taken some footage of me wearing this, and I've compared it to the t-shirt I'm wearing now, which is the Cashmerette Concord tee. Now I use the Cashmerette Concord tee pattern as a sloper for my knit garments, and here it is. This is the Cashmerette Concord tee and this is in a GH cup size, size 14, GH cup size, and I haven't needed to lower the bust point on this. I could probably lower it 1/2 inch, but it fits me fine, so I've not bothered. You can see they use the boob bubble here, and then I've taken some of the width off the hip because it was too wide on the hip, so I've taken it in there. Now this is the Closet Core tee pattern. You can see how straight it is. Now it is a boxy tee, so I'll just hold this up so you can see them both. They won't be easy to see, but you might just be able to see there the main difference is in just the waist and the hip being boxier. And I'm not sure whether I like that style on me. Maybe I'm just a bit old-fashioned. I did crop it. I didn't crop it quite as short as it was recommended for cropped, but I wanted to wear it with my high waistband trousers, so I wanted it a bit cropped. I think what I don't like about it, I don't like how it feels when you have a dart in a knit fabric, a bust dart. It's not a very big bust dart. I'll show you how big it is. It's quite a small bust dart, but I find this over a bra. I have a sports bra on today with these, but even over my t-shirt bras, it didn't feel nice. And I just in my mind I was thinking, that's a bit more bulky. So I think probably if I was going to make it again, I would use my cashmerette sloper pattern. So this is I use the knit. They don't do a knit sloper, so I use this is my favourite knit top. So I think if I used this, just match up the centre front. There we go. I think I could just do the boob bubble here and then just grade this and do it, just straighten it out for a boxy tee. It would need to be a similar width, wouldn't it, as the closet core tee. Not sure about the arm side. The cashmerette one is quite fitted, and I feel that there's not a lot of, there's not very much extra fabric. The thing with when you fit for a large bust, it's very easy to get a lot of surplus fabric under the armpit, and because of the way cashmerette draft their patterns, you don't tend to get that, and I think that's brilliant. And I feel with this that there's a lot of fabric under my arm. So do I like the bigger sleeve? I didn't gather the sleeve in. There are bands on here. I did do I bound it, but I didn't do a band. I just did made up some stretch binding. This has got a bound sleeve. It's a narrower sleeve. I'm not sure about the sleeve. The biggest thing I would change is the neckline. I feel that it's a bit high in the neck for me, and I'm not sure I like that. And I prefer this neck. Sorry, I hope I didn't catch my microphone there. This is the scoop neck, and this is my favourite neckline on t-shirts because it's not so low that it shows any cleavage, but I feel that it's not so high up on my neck, and I feel with this it does feel a little bit high up, but I'm quite pleased with it. The fit's good. It does fit over my boobs. It doesn't pull across my boobs. It just feels like there's a lot of fabric. This is a brushed cotton jersey, and I think they always feel nice in the winter, but they do always feel a little bit bulkier, I think. But it was a nice pattern it was an easy pattern to make. The instructions are excellent. The booklet that comes with it is excellent. The pattern is quite nicely drafted. It's very straightforward. They do show on it the bust point, which is nice. I did extend, you can see it better on the back. I did put a piece in here to move down the bust point, because otherwise it would have been too high for me, and I wanted to make sure the widest point of the t-shirt was on my bust. And everything else about it is straightforward. Now, as I say, I particularly liked the back neck binding here. I particularly like that. Now, I've done that on my last top that I made, my last knit top. I can't remember what that was. Anyway, I did do that. So I followed the French seams demonstration on how to do that, and I don't know if she got it from Closet Core, but why can't I remember her name? Apologies. I'll pop your name up below. I think on that one it doesn't come right to the shoulder. I don't think. I think it's just the neckline. Pretty sure. Anyway, can't remember what I made now. God, my brain like a sieve. Anyway, so there we are. So I think it does give quite a different look, the boxy t-shirt, and I do feel like there's probably space in my wardrobe for boxy t-shirts. I'm just not sure that I like this pattern with the darted bust. Moving on to the other garment, which is all part of the same conversation, looking at their sizes, and they are size inclusive. All of these patterns go up to quite a generous size. So here we go. Here are the styler size chart, and I'll just look at the inches for now. So you have to go up. So at size 14, which was the size I chose, the cup size is a B. You have to go up to a size 20 before you get a B stroke C. You have to go up to size 24 before you get a C stroke D, and a 26 before you get a D stroke double D. So they obviously don't think small people have big busts. Anyway, and I think that's, I don't think that shows very good understanding from the pattern drafters. But that's just my feeling as a large busted lady, because there's a lot of us about, you know. There are a lot of us out there. So why didn't I make this in the end? I'm going to show you, and I have taken some photographs and I'll pop them up now so you can see. So this is my cashmere Concord pattern, which I use as my sloper, and this is the Galena bodice, and I'll match the shoulder points and the front centre. Well, look at that. That's how much that's how much room I need for my boobs. You know, it's over an inch and a half short here. It's just straight. If anything, it goes in from the underseam. That's not going to fit me in a million years. That's supposed to be a size 14, and it's a good ½ inch smaller on the waist and under the arm than my cashmerette top. So I thought, well, I could just use my cashmerette boob bubble and, you know, add that into the Galena. And then I thought, by the time I've put the arm side, and then I wanted to do a longer skirt, and I wanted to just do the short sleeve. I wasn't sure about the big bishop sleeve in a ponte. It'd be lovely in a lighter fabric, maybe it wasn't a ponte, it was a scuba. I didn't think it'd be great in the scuba because it has a bit more structure, and I thought it needed something drapey, like a lightweight ponte or a jersey. So I thought, by the time I've completely redrawn the top and then made the skirt longer and you know, probably drafted a little bit wider on the waist and reduced the hips, I thought it's not going to be, and done a short sleeve, I thought it won't be a clean dress at all. So why am I doing it? So yeah, so I decided, mostly because of the bodice and having to I mean, it would be very easy just to put a piece of paper on there and, you know, and come right out. But what it would do to this arm side, yeah, maybe it'd have to come in a little bit here. And then, you know, anyway, I thought if I was going to do all that, I thought it was a lot of work to do. It's not just a free pattern. It's a lot of work to do for something that I've got some really lovely patterns that fit me really well. that I can make that with. And I thought, you know what? Yeah, life's too short. So I decided not to make the Galena dress. And I spent quite a lot of time, as you can see, printing it off, cutting it out, and so on. But even holding it up against the the closet core, I'll have to turn it over because it's the other way around. But it's tiny. So if you're very small at the top, I'm sure it's a lovely dress. Or if you're just small all over, but look at that. That's the kind of difference. They're both at size 16, both of them. I did size up to the 6. In fact, no, the closet core is a 14. The Galena dress, I sized up to the 16 because I thought it looked a bit small. Now, also in the Galena dress, when I looked at the sizing, it gave me a size chart, and the size chart was fairly similar. Yeah, size 16 bust, 43.5, which is the same as it says on the unbelievably, it's giving the same size as the cashmerette one, but there's no finished garment measurement. That's not quite true. There are finished garment measurements, and there are lots of them. Look, 2 beautiful charts. It's in metric and in imperial, but they're only lengths: finished length of the top, finished length of the dress, finished short sleeve elastic circumference, finished short sleeve hemband circumference, and then repeated for the larger sizes. So there's no finished bust, waist or hip sizes there, which I thought, well, yeah, that's not, you can measure easily how long something's going to be, I think. So I'm not sure how useful those finished measurements are. So there we are. I've only made this one. I'm pleased with it. I enjoyed making it. I think I made quite a good job of making it. Would I change things? Yes, I'd change the neckline, and I'd probably get rid of the bust dart and do a boob bubble instead. It would only need ever such a slight boob bubble. Would that alter the shape of it? Maybe. I'd have to just try it on, but do a trial. Will I make it again? Maybe. I would like a boxy tee in my wardrobe. Quite like the look of them. I don't know. I blow a bit hot and cold on boxy tees because of my bust. I tend to get they're quite sticky outy on my figure, but it's quite a modern style, isn't it? It's quite a modern silhouette. So yeah. Anyway, you can look at the photographs. I'll take some little bit of footage. So there we go. Another challenge done. Another challenge finished. I'm sorry, I'm moving these around and it's noisy. I'm going to put them down and leave them alone. So yes, I'm very pleased with it. I like the pattern. I have the Pietra shorts and pants. Fitting my bottom half is much more straightforward than fitting my top, so I do intend to have a go at least the shorts on that pattern before long. Really like the details on closet core patterns. I like the details on the shorts with the angle pockets. They look really good. They have a gathered waist at the back, elasticated waistline at the back. I think they'd be nice. So I'm quite looking forward to my next. I have that pattern already. And I have a couple of the jeans patterns from Closet Core. So I've already got 3 of their patterns. Would I buy a top pattern from them? Probably not, because I think I prefer the fit I get from Cashmerette, or Love Notions, or It's Just Stitch. They all give me a good fit in the top, so probably wouldn't do a top from them. But that's what free patterns are for, isn't it? So we can try them. And have I learned anything? Yes. And did I enjoy making it? Very much so. And I've got a nice new t-shirt, so I'm pleased, very pleased with what I've got, and pleased with how it's gone. And it's nice to take part in the challenge. I was very frustrated yesterday when I looked at the Galena dress and thought, shall I nip it? Shall I just whip it up? And I just decided, you know, enough. No, leave it. You've got all these fabulous patterns. You've done one. You've taken part in So Frugal. Move on. So there we go. That's my reveal. And yeah, and thank you to Sam and Ruan. They probably won't ever watch this, but thank you anyway. So there we go. It's been lovely. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please give me a like if you have. Give me a thumbs up if you have. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. If you're not, why not? It's free. Subscribe. Okay, I'm going to go and leave you. And I'll see you for Friday Sews at the end of the week. Bye bye.